Hi family, how are you guys? I know you are doing well. It's raining today and I'm enjoying this cleansing. It's definitely needed for all of us. All of us. But no, seriously. I want to talk today about people and their children when it comes to schools, right? A lot of times when I was a teacher, people, parents mainly, would say it was the teacher's job to do X, Y, and Z. It's the teacher's job to maintain the children's behavior. It's the teacher's job to make sure that their children can read. It's the teacher's job to make sure their children can write. It's the teacher's job, right? And I used to be like, I'm so confused because the last time I checked, you were the rented parent, right? And you were supposed to be the one helping out too. So what are you doing at home, right? And I think it was a message that this high person might have said, as far as I don't allow my children to do homework, right? Because they did work in school, which I very well get. But if learning never stops, right, how do we implement it? So my daughter comes to me and she's asking me questions. And I'm like, dang, this stuff she should have learned in school. And I'm pretty sure all of us get this. But what I learned is that the school system was just passing my daughter along. I would give calls and I'm like, hey, I noticed on your app my daughter did not turn in her schoolwork. Can you explain to me like what's going on? Is she talking too much or does she not understand? Like what's going on? They're like, oh, don't worry about it. We're going to just pass you. We're going to just pass her a minute. And I'm like, just pass her? What do you mean? Oh, we know that she's working really hard and so we're just going to give her that grace. That doesn't tell me if she knows the information. You're just giving her a grade. Yeah, we're just going to give her an A. We're going to give her a B. And to me, that says you're trying to shut me up. So as a mother, I told my daughter out. I'm like, no, you're not about to go to school and get disrespected. And yet alone me be disrespected. I can teach you at home for all of that. Yes, I have a career, but my career is you first. Because I signed up for this. I signed up to be the rented parent. And as the rented parent, I'm going to make sure I teach you well so the apple don't fall apart from the tree. Right? So, as I'm learning and seeing and navigating, and as a teacher, I saw a lot of things too. So, my daughter, I'm like, hey, go write me a paper. And she couldn't get her thoughts to the paper, y'all. But she can verbalize them. But she couldn't get it to the paper. She's like, Mom, I can't do this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now I see. Now, how do we fix this problem? So, what I had to do is, which is advice for you, try it out, right? So, watch a TV show with your children. Sit down. Talk to them about it. Press pause. How can they have handled that situation better? How did they arrive at this situation? Because these are things that we don't talk about. Why? Because we are just too daggone busy doing all the stuff for the other systems instead of the first system that we first created, which is in our home. A lot of times we want to just say, you should have known this, girl. Your teacher should have been teaching you that. But what are you, the first caregiver, the first caretaker, doing to help the situation? One thing that I noticed as I'm watching all of this happen and experiencing this, okay, because this is an experience, and what I realized is that our children was losing their imaginations, right? And hear me out. How are they losing their imagination, Moonchild? What are you talking about? You know how everybody was going all crazy? Why my daughter watching this people on YouTube playing with Barbies? Don't you got Barbies in there? Why you ain't playing with them? But we, as the individual, the mom, was keeping them quiet. And that's what Megan was trying to tell y'all. We kept ditching them the computers, the technology, and allowing them to teach. Instead of you being the teacher and saying, daughter, what does that say to you? How is that showing up in your life? Mom, that don't show up in my life. No, let's take it back. Because the other day you told me that your friend didn't want to play Clubhouse or whatever your children want to play, right? They didn't want to play it. Why? Because they wanted to sit in their iPad, their cell phones. What else? You got the Xboxes, the PlayStation 5s. Y'all, this is what is becoming their reality. Those technology has now become their parent. If you don't want them to become your parent or the parent, then you pull it and say, hey, let's try to teach them entropy. Entropy is basically saying, I'm going to take it away and you're going to be rewarded with it so that you know that you don't abuse it. Technology is a reward. It's no longer just given to you no more. Okay? Because if you don't use it, you lose it, and that's your mind. We have to continuously use our mind so that we can continuously progress. They already took books away. So now they want to give you technology, right? So you are the book. Write. Tell me about your life. Tell me about your story. Journal it. Get down in the nitty-gritty and see how your children are thinking. Don't just let the TV teach your children how to act, how to handle a situation. You got to be the author of their life until they can be the author of their own life. Make them sit down and write about it. Talk to them about it. Ask them questions. Give them new agendas on how to handle problems. Even if you're not handling a problem yourself, you still can be a prime example, because I know deep down inside you experienced this before. Something similar, okay? All right, family. This is just a message to keep y'all going. Talk to your children. Peace and love.